Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to the D-Pad. I'm your host Brad Davis, and you're watching a show that's all about video games. Today's episode will start things off with a review of Batman Arkham City. Now, Batman Arkham Asylum was my personal game of the year back in 2009, and many gaming sites and gaming publications gave the game their Game of the Year award back in 2009. Due to that, Batman Arkham City had a lot of hype. So does the game live up to the hype? Find out in this review coming up right now.
Did it arrive, sir?
Right on time. Alfred, I took an encryption key from a Tiger guard. I'm going to hack into their communications.
Batman Arkham Asylum won many Game of the Year awards back in 2009. The game changed gamers' perceptions on superhero games, since before Arkham Asylum was released, superhero games were known for being pretty bad games. Due to that, Batman Arkham City was one of 2011's most anticipated games. So, is it as good as Batman Arkham Asylum was during its time? Yes, and the reason for that is due to many improvements. Batman Arkham City's greatest quality is how immersive it is. The game sucks you into the Batman universe so well since there is always something to do in the game's large setting. The game breaks free from the sort of linear nature of its predecessor and gives you more control over what to do. Now, there's still a main story, but the game has also added many side missions. The side missions are very fun to play, and they break free from the mode of the tasks that you have to do in the game's main story. Speaking of the game's main story, it's decent, though I found it to be a bit too all over the place at times due to how much villains and or other characters come into the game. The story was sort of hard to follow at times. The main game can also feel a bit repetitive too. The be stealthy and take down enemies quietly gameplay makes a return, though later on in the game, the environments in which you have to do this become more open and different, with you thus having to use different tactics. Outside of that, I also found the boss battles to be sort of easy as well. Overall though, the side missions and the overall immersive setting that the game creates was enough for me to forgive some of the problems and or small annoyances that I had with the main game. The combat is largely the same as it was in Arkham Asylum. It's easy to use, but it's also deep in the sense that it takes a bit of time to learn how to do the more satisfying moves. New moves have been added as well alongside the new weapons that are in the game, which thus makes the combat feel fresh. To be honest, Batman Arkham City has one of the best combat systems I've ever played. It's buttery smooth even though it has many elements, and the other biggest strength is that the combat system is accessible for all types of gamers. Button mashers can have just as much fun as people who actually learn to do the more complicated moves. Batman Arkham City is a great game. The game looks great, plays great, and has great voice acting and other immersive factors to make the game come to life. All that alone will make you forget about the game's really minor problems. The game is jam-packed with over 30 hours of content, and it's hands down the best superhero game ever made, and is one of the best games this year and this gen.
Oh, you're gonna be fun, maggot. Let's see how many tears you can cry.
How does it feel, Wayne, to stand on the very stones that ran with your parents' blood? Do you feel sad, full of rage? Or does that outfit help bury your feelings, hiding your true self? Oh, you are a truly extraordinary specimen. I look forward to breaking you.
Alright, so that was my review of Batman Arkham City. It's a fantastic game, and it's one of the best games to come out in 2011. Alright, so what we're going to do next in this episode of D-Pad is focus on some recent news. There's been recent news about the Wii U's possible price, and some sites have said that the Wii U may be as close to $600 in price, which is pretty ridiculous. So if the Wii U is that price, would Nintendo be making a big mistake? I think so. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to sound off.
Microphone 1 2 1 2.
So, as I said, recent sites and there's been recent rumors overall saying that the Wii U may be pretty expensive, as close to $600. Now, this is a crazy price in my opinion, and it's reminiscent of the PS3's price back about 5-6 years ago when it first released. Sony priced the PS3, the highest SKU model was $600, and a lot of people felt that was too high, and then due to that, Sony had to lower the price down to the PS3 years after. The Wii U, it's not. I don't think it's that attractive to either casuals or hardcores that much. I mean, the hardcore Nintendo fans and just hardcore gamers will be interested in it since it's a new system. But casuals, I think, will find the Wii U's tablet along with Wii remote controls to be too confusing. And then the hardcore gamers may be turned off by the Wii U, a year or so after Wii U is released, since I feel that around that time will be when the PS4 and a new Xbox comes out, and those systems should have better graphics than the Wii U. So I think that a lot of gamers, will be turned off by that. And also, it's already been said that the Wii U, or at least Reggie, president of Nintendo America, has said that the Wii U won't be that heavy in terms of its online gameplay. It won't be that focused on online gameplay in terms of it having a full system like Xbox Live, which would be a really outdated thing to do for a system in 2012. The reason why the Xbox 360 has done so well this gen is due to Xbox Live and due to many gamers wanting to have something to play, wanting to play with their friends on Xbox Live. Overall, the $600 price for the Wii U, if it's really going to be $600, that'll be just way too much. But also at the same time, I can definitely see the Wii U being around that price, and let me explain why. The Wii U system itself, that's probably about $250 to $300. Now, the tablet, the tablet controller, I mean, that by itself, to buy that separately, I'm guessing that that's going to be about $100 to $150. Now, and I say that because I mean it's has way more technology than a normal controller. Normal controllers cost about $40 to $50. So that tablet controller it has to be a pretty large price to buy that separately. So due to that, coming with the console when you buy the whole Wii U set, I can see the Wii U being about $450, $500, and while I think $600 is still a ridiculous price, I can even see it being that much based on the fact that it's the Wii U itself is a system, and it's and it comes with that tablet controller that has that's pretty high technology. So due to that, I mean, if the Wii U does come out at that price, I would think that around the $500, $600 price, I think Nintendo will be making a really big mistake. I mean, we saw what happened this year with the Nintendo 3DS. Nintendo 3DS came out at $250, and the sales weren't great, so Nintendo lowered the price, and they took a major hit due to that. Alright, now besides the fact that the Wii U will be a console and will have a full tablet controller, another reason to kind of get worried about the Wii U being expensive is what Reggie, the president of Nintendo, said about the Wii U's price. And I quote, "The market is going to continue to differentiate based on the types of experiences that consumers want. As an example, if I'm the head of a household family of 4 and my disposable income is $50,000 to $60,000, I'm going to continue to look at the Wii because of the software and because it's a great entertainment device. For consumers who want to have the latest gadgets and have a higher disposable income, that's for the Wii U." We haven't announced pricing or availability or any other details, but given the current pricing of the Wii, it's not going to be there. We've been very clear, the market is going to decide how long these products will coexist side by side. Our goal is to launch the Wii U and drive it into the marketplace, but it will speak to a different consumer than the one that is buying the Wii U today during the holidays. Personally, I was thinking that the Wii U, even though it had a lot of technology behind the tablet controller, even though it has that, I was still expecting the Wii U to be about $300 when I saw it, when I first saw it, when I watched the E3 coverage. But with all this news, I'm pretty sure that the Wii U will be about $450, $500, $550, maybe even $600. It's definitely going to be more expensive than consumers want it to be, I feel. And hopefully Nintendo will not price it around that range, because I think they'll be making a big mistake. But all signs right now are pointing to the Wii U being about that much, about $450 to $500, or even $600, like I said. So that's all I have to say about the recent rumors about the Nintendo Wii U's price.
Microphone 1 2 1 2.
Alright, and with that ends another episode of D-Pad. Hopefully you guys enjoy watching the show. Until next time, this is Brad Davis saying goodbye, everybody.
Just